So what kind of things do I put in here? First thing is, you have to have water. That's the main thing. How much water? What kind of water? Well, you can have water like this. Or you can have these pre-made pouches like this. Like I have a good, better, best. These are good. These are better. Best would be to have both of them. Because these have a 5-year shelf life and are sterile. These have about a 2-year shelf life and are not. This is not as much water. You know, you can store a few of these, but these are better. Taste better. Although the taste of these are not bad. But it's better to have both of them. Because if you forgot to change it out, and this is 4 years old, at least you know these are still good. You know, you can still use this to fill your radiator if you had to, and I've done that. Fill your washer your wiper reservoir in your car with these. I've had it one time when the reservoir was all empty, had no water, and it was raining, and it was like muddy rain. The first rain, all my windshield wipers were not cutting it because they were old, and I forgot to replace them. So I went in my 72-hour kit, got out one of these, put it in there, and was able to wash my windows off and keep them clean. So I kind of have a lot of that good, better, best. You know, this is good, this is probably better. Having both of them is best. Okay? Food, water, like the food. Food bar is good. This is better, more tasty. Best would be to have both of them. One of the things you should also have is some kind of light. This is good, right? But it takes batteries. Batteries can go out. These are better. These last forever and don't need batteries. Best would be to have both of them. Because this provides kind of light that this doesn't. This, once you turn it on, you can't turn it off. I mean, you can bury it into a rock or something, but, okay? And each one of you will get one of these, by the way. It's like a 72-hour kit. I'll give you a light stick. So it's kind of a good, better, best of what goes into your 72-hour kit. Like an emergency blanket, one of those Mylar blankets. If you needed to, you could use that as a tarp. Rain ponchos, always a good thing. Or a tent, those kind of things. So those are the kind of issues. You go to my website, frostcpr.com, go under Learn, and under the PDF files it says 72-hour kits, and you can download it and have a look at it. Or go on the internet and look at 72-hour kits. And there are hundreds of suggestions. Some better, some worse. Some kits great, some kits are, so start to get an idea of what goes into them and what you want to put into them, and make your kit your own. Because no kit, even if you buy it from a company like mine, is going to be what you need. Even if you got this one, which is my kit that I keep in my car. I were to give it to you, it might have some of the stuff you want, but your shoes are not the same, you know. I mean, so each kit should be individual to what it is that your particular needs are. How do you determine those needs? Sit down and ask yourself that question. If I was at work and I could not drive my car or I had to get myself home, what would I need between here and there? What can I anticipate needing to have? If I'm at home and I have to leave in 3 minutes, 5 minutes notice, what do I take with me that I need to have? Where am I going? If I'm at work and I'm leaving work and I'm going someplace, where am I going to? What will I need? One of the things I'm going to cover next week, one of the kind of the epiphanies I had, is I've always thought, I work a long distance way on the weekends. I work out in Riverside and Hemet and places farther on. If there was some major disaster, it would be very difficult for me to get home, if not impossible. Where am I going to go? The epiphany occurred to me the other day as I was driving to work, and I passed by a stake center. I went, being members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we don't necessarily have to go home. Because wherever a stake of Zion is, that could be home, or at least some kind of support on a temporary basis. So I'm going to start going to the church website and finding all the stake centers around the places that I work. So that if there's a major disaster happen and I can't get home, or I can't get to my parents' house, or something like that in between, I will know where the nearest stake center is on a map that I will have. And so I can open my map and go, there's a stake center, that's where I'm going. And somebody eventually will show up, I'm hoping, and I will be able to get some kind of help or sustenance. That's my plan that way, because I figure in a major emergency, somebody's going to be at the stake center doing something. And I'm going to be able to find some help there, either temporary or longer if I need be. I mean, could you imagine some brother who shows up, who works in Santa Monica, showing up at our, works in Santa Monica, but lives in San Diego, or, is out of town? Let's say he's, in Los Alamitos on a, for a business, and he lives in Cincinnati. Are we not going to put him up? Of course we would. Of course we would. So that's a plan that I think we would behoove all of us to do. Any questions about 72-hour kits, what they are and why they're important? I think probably the members of the church, we all see the importance of that, right? No? Well then let's close with a word of prayer. It's warm in here. Let's close with a word of prayer.